32 points in the first half of Game 1 against San Antonio's defense.
And that was a season low for a half. Oh, Rick Fox goes glass. I don't know if that was his intention, but the Spurs now lead by just 11.
How quickly a 16-point lead turns around.
Duncan able to get to the rebound. Shaq has to be careful, stepped away, but Fox came up with the loose ball. Lakers in the midst of a 10-0 run going back to the final minutes of the second quarter. Remember, they trailed by as many as 21. Here's Kobe on a step back. Not a good shot. Trying to hit the three. Greg Popovich with Tony Parker, Steve Smith in the backcourt, Mark Bryant, Bruce Bowen, Tim Duncan up front. The lineup that started the game. Fisher staying in front of Parker. Here's Bowen for three.
That's the left corner. You said he loves the left side as opposed to the right side of the floor.
And whatever points you get from Bruce Bowen are bonus points.
Shaquille O'Neal with only 2 points over the last 20 minutes of the game. Kobe has been quiet. Kobe Bryant, a little extra reverse on that shot off the glass. San Antonio's lead is now 12. San Antonio trying to tie the series at 1 as they head back to the Alamo Dome on Friday night for Game 3. Games 3 and 4 in San Antonio. Smith stripped by Fisher, then Smith called on the foul.
Again, we see Fisher in a help position and his great ability to get his hands in there and strip an opposing player of the ball and force a turnover.
Again, they have to trust Tony Parker more. They have to drive it. If Fisher's there to help, they've got to kick it without hesitation and trust him that he'll make the right decision. A shot, a pass, or another drive.
Lakers have opened up the second half with a sense of urgency. 3 minutes have been played. They're down by 12. O'Neal. Walker keeps it alive. Here's Bryant. Stopped. Able to hit on the turnaround. Kobe Bryant stopped by Mark Bryant and went to the next option. The lead is down to 10. Duncan played by Walker. Mark Bryant over to help out, sets the pick. Duncan rebounded by Samaki Walker. Bryant for O'Neal, and he is fouled. Beautiful lead pass from Kobe Bryant to Shaquille O'Neal.
Kobe has the dribble penetration at the last minute when he sees Bryant come over and close down the lane. Then he's able to find Shaq along the baseline. Shaq just unable to finish as Smith got a piece of it on the way up.
Foul on Steve Smith. That's his third. Shaquille is 0 for 2 at the line. As we mentioned earlier, he's picked it up at the foul line over the last 7 regular season games, 70%. You can hear the chant of MVP from this crowd here in LA. In the series against the Trailblazers, he was just under 70% at the foul line. Shaq hits both. It's a 16-3 Laker run. The San Antonio lead cut to 8. They're on their feet here at Staples. Shot clock to 6. Smith is held by Fox.
Fox and Smith are getting into it. They're talking on every possession. There could be an altercation between those two guys.
In fact, the official, Danny Crawford, just warned Steve Smith and Rick Fox. Fox picked off by Duncan. No question that Steve Smith's game has been affected. Bowen with Bowen back, able to knock the dribble aside. It'll be Laker ball as Danny Ferry checks in. He played well in the first half. The Spurs with 3 turnovers already in this third quarter, and they've shot just 1 for 6 from the field. A 21-point lead is down to 8. Fox coughed it up. Here comes Parker. He has Bowen. Bowen going right at Bryant. And Kobe comes up with a loose ball.
Amazing how runs happen where you get balls on the rim, just roll back out again.
O'Neal will account no. Danny Ferry putting a bear hug on Shaquille O'Neal, and it was called a non-shooting foul. But San Antonio has its 3rd team foul. Crowd reacting. They felt that Shaq should have gotten the continuation, but it was pretty obvious that Ferry got him in time. Five minutes gone by in the third, and how this game has turned in the third quarter. Bryant, off the hesitation. He had a hang to get that shot off. The San Antonio lead is down to 6.
Bruce Bowen guessed correctly, went up and elevated, had a hand right on the ball, but as you mentioned, Kobe just had enough hang time to get the shot off.
Bowen gave it up. Ferry rebounded by Bryant.
Very surprised San Antonio has yet to take a timeout.
Shaq with the catch and the stop. A 20-3 run by the Lakers. They are within 4. 4 points after trailing by as many as 21. Tim Duncan with the bucket, and he is fouled.
I think it makes you realize the greatness of the teams and the greatness of those 2 coaches up on top. Pat Riley, Phil here with the record that the number of wins they've had to do it. Just sensational.
Foul on Bryant. That's number 4. So 4 apiece on O'Neal and Bryant.
You know, if the Lakers, Marv, should win the championship, Phil Jackson would replace Pat Riley at the top of that list. That's how many wins they would need to move past them.
Spurs lead by 7. Bryant twisting his way to locate that shot and was very fortunate to draw the foul.
I could have asked you that in the form of a question, but
I'll be ready for the next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this just shows Phil Jackson's trust in Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal to play them with extreme foul trouble and not panic. He understands that they have matured enough that they know how to play with fouls, and it'll be interesting, particularly for Bryant. He doesn't have to guard a primary scorer in Bowen, so he should be able to stay out of foul trouble.
Phil out of that rare school of, hey, we'll let the guys play through it, which backfired as it turned out late in the first half. He left Shaq on the floor, and Shaq picked up number 4.
Well, that's great if you win games, enough games. It doesn't work so well when you wind up losing a lot of basketball games.
Well, he's always got the Shaq court advantage, meaning that if Shaq's on the court, you got the advantage, and he's that dominant of a player.
.540 remaining in the third quarter. Shot clock down to 5, and a bad pass. Parker not able to handle it. So the ball back to the Lakers.
The tendency is when you're struggling to score on offense that you become hesitant with the ball. That double team came for more than a count. That ball should have been moved a good 2 seconds earlier than Duncan passed the ball.
You have to give you spacing on the offside of the floor so you can reverse it over there.
Fisher with a rare shot went to the fadeaway. Samaki Walker continues to do the good job, so they get the new 24. O'Neal with a emphatic drop step, and Malik Rose not able to hold on. So yet another opportunity for the Lakers. Fox will throw in. Here is Bryant. Back to Fox. That surprised San Antonio, but Fox could not hit. Lakers get back. Bowen passing on this shot. It's not in the corner, so he does not want to take the three-point attempt. Malik Rose. So the Spurs now lead 64-57.
Again, he was matched up against O'Neal and used his quickness to drive the ball past him. No other shot blocker in the game for L.A.
Bryant off the crossover. Duncan thought he was fouled from behind by O'Neal.
Very close to Shaq coming over his back on that one.
Rose with a beautiful backdoor. Tim Duncan extends to a 66-57 San Antonio lead. Good recovery here by the Spurs after that Laker
and
run.
Phil Jackson sensing the fact that maybe they have stemmed off the run by the Lakers, so he calls for the quick timeout. When do you see a four-man play pick and roll with a five-man?
The quarter, 1 of 8 from the field. They've hit 3 for 3 since that last timeout. O'Neal draws the foul for Shaquille O'Neal, who is playing with 4 fouls, as is Kobe Bryant. Spurs with a 66-57 lead. Robert Horry now defending on Tim Duncan, who went to the fadeaway.
They faked a double screen down on Danny Ferry on the right side of the floor. That was make-believe, just to get the Lakers to try and pay attention. They immediately swung it back to Duncan at the top of the circle. They know he likes to put the ball down with his left hand, gave him the whole side of the floor.
19 points for Duncan. Bryant. Tony Parker able to race it down. Bowen for 3. Yes, he loves that left-hand corner.
That's not fair. You stole it off the Jeff's scouting report.
He is 3 for 4 from three-point land. And the Spurs back up to a 14-point lead. Offensive foul. Foul committed by Horry. That's his second.
Not many times that you see a team have a 16-point lead against the Lakers, then withstand the run that the Lakers make to get it back into a 3-4-point game and suddenly bring it right back up to 14 again.
I think it started with the substitution. They put in Danny Ferry, they put in Malik Rose. They got themselves back settled and playing good offensive basketball.
Eye unanswered for the Spurs. Parker continues the run, and the Spurs now lead 73-57. The Lakers were within 4 just moments ago. It was down to 59-55. Spurs up by 16. They've led by as many as 21. O'Neal. But a very quiet night, only 9 points for Shaq.
And Tim Duncan realized he was too deep. There was nothing he could do about it. He just kept his hands down, didn't pick up a silly foul.
The steal by Bryant. Parker chasing, and Kobe puts it down.
I think Kobe's knee has warmed up.
16 points for Kobe Bryant. Just under 2 remaining in the third. Duncan played well by Horry, and it's a 24-second violation.
Kobe starts to coast on this transition opportunity, then realizes Tony Parker right there. He realizes he's turning up the Jets. You see Kobe turn it up a little bit, and then the strong finish at the end.
Now Shaquille O'Neal will sit down. Samaki Walker checking in. Phil Jackson not taking any chances right here.
And this last minute 35 is so critical for San Antonio. They have got to keep 12, 14, 16-point cushion going into the final quarter. They can't, like at the end of the second, have a letdown.
Right now they're up by 12, minute and a half remaining in the third. Walker setting the pick. Fox, yes. 8 points for Fox.
3 3-point shooters now for the perimeter game for San Antonio. You have Bowen out there who likes the left side. Porter with the ball right now, and Danny Ferry all can play from behind the 3-point line.
Now Duncan played by Walker with help. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Bowen threw it away.
Guys do certain things well in the league. When they get out of their comfort zone and try and start doing things that they don't normally do or don't do well, that's when you have problems.
San Antonio with their 7th turnover in this third quarter. Lakers with just 2. Bryant being played by Bowen. Bryant giving it up. With 4 on the shot clock. Here's Fisher. Rebounded by Duncan. Last touch by Bryant.
Jeff, they have 30 seconds on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. You try and get a quick shot here if you're San Antonio and then hope to come back and get a second one?
No, I would just try to get the best possible shot any time in that 18 seconds on the shot clock. I wouldn't worry at 30 seconds trying to get 2 for 1 from out of bounds.
Well, Brian Shaw has had the hot hand. Hit the 3 for 3 from downtown as checked back in for the Lakers. Bowen. Rebounded by Ori. And that'll hold for a final shot of the third. Down to 10 seconds. They are standing and cheering here at Staples. The Lakers down by 10. Bryant to the left hand. Bryant with the tip. What a play by Kobe Bryant. 4/10 of a second remaining of the quarter. The Lakers conclude with an 8-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes.
It's almost like he knew it was a miss, and he went right to the spot where he thought the ball was going to come off, and then gets up, just gets the fingers on it, so the ball has a chance of going in.
So Kobe Bryant with 18, 12 of the 18 here in the third. Yes, it would be another missed opportunity. That was the case in game 1, where they certainly had the Lakers in an excellent position to lose here at home in the opener, but not able to finish, and the Lakers took over down the stretch. Tim Duncan firing one up off glass, rebounded by Robert Ory.
That was a tough shot. Tough shot. Almost went in.
Bryant being played down by Daniels. Bad pass. Terry Porter on the intercept.
Porter saw the whole thing from the outside, went down, made his cutoff, came up with the steal.
Daniels and Porter now in the backcourt. Duncan, Ferry, and Rose up front. Duncan played by Ori. Shot clock at 4. Duncan, yes, and it counts. Ori his third. What a dramatic turn for Tim Duncan, coming off the 9 for 30 in game 1. San Antonio now leads 76-65. Bryant with a good feed, and Robert Ory able to stop.
That all happened because Antonio Daniels did not get over the top of the screen. Danny Ferry had to stay too long with him to protect him from turning the corner. As a result, the late roll by Ory.
Daniels, beautiful pass thrown by Rose. San Antonio 78 and Los Angeles 67. Bryant. Oh, Daniels went down, and Kobe Bryant able to take advantage. So Bryant, who's done most of his damage in the second half, now has 20.
With O'Neal out of the game right now, I think they should be getting the ball out of Bryant's hands. He comes off pick and roll. I think you have to trap him.
And the foul away from the ball. Brian Shaw being called for a hold. This is a San Antonio team that opened the season at 20-4, including a 10-game win streak. Then they went into a slide until the All-Star break. They won 27 of the last 34. That's the best record in the NBA over that stretch since the break. They won their first round playoff series, getting by Seattle 3-2. Duncan kept alive by Duncan. And the reason that series went 5, Tim Duncan missing game 4 due to the death of his father, had to go back to St. Croix and the Virgin Islands. Came back for game 5. Here's Ferry. Rebound, Rose spinning his way to draw the foul. He's hit by Walker. As you saw, Shaquille O'Neal checking back in, being guarded by Tim Duncan. Devin George is back. Here's Shaw, who's been hot. Not able to hit from downtown this time. And the foul is called as George and Ori bumped with Rose. It's on Devin George. That's his third.
Danny Ferry is one of those players that in practice on the floor, he gets like under your skin. He's like always boxing you out. He's always putting his body on you. In practice, he hits you by accident. And he is now getting to Robert Horry. Robert Horry just took a shot at him under the basket, punched Ferry in his back. The officials didn't see it because he's bellying up to Horry, not giving him clean looks on the passes. He's starting to bother Robert Horry.
He got under my skin when he got under Canby's skin, which got under my skin.
Tim Duncan has 25, and our staff members in the truck seem to feel that his coach in Cleveland, the major reason that he would get under people's skin.
I blamed him for my injury because he taught Ferry those tactics of getting under people's skin.
At one stretch off a good run in the third quarter, but San Antonio able to recover. Shaq firing one up and draws the foul.
It's so critical that Tim Duncan has stayed out of foul trouble, so if he needs to take fouls in the fourth quarter, he's got the ability to do so.
Shaq has 13 points, only 6 rebounds, does have 5 assists. San Antonio up by 12. Malik Rose kept alive on a back tap. Here's Porter for 3. Shaq getting position and is fouled by Duncan. You're putting the pressure on Terry Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Daniels, yes. What a shot by Antonio Daniels. The shot clock rolling down, and he extends to a 12-point San Antonio lead. Daniels 6 of 8 from the field. Devin George for 3. Rebounded by Ferry.
You saw San Antonio gamble, give up the three-point line to try and help Tim Duncan out that time.
Here's Duncan putting the move on Ori. George with the rejection from behind. Ferry coming up short. Bryant going at Daniels. Rose over to help. What a move by Kobe Bryant.
Just step through and split the double team. The angle on the double team has to close off the middle of the floor.
You almost have to overlap the 2 legs of the 2 defenders so that they can't step through and split.
Kobe has 22. It's a 10-point San Antonio advantage. And Duncan is fouled in the act. It's on Ori. And the Spurs up by 11. Bryant. So Kobe off the spin, and that knee is looking pretty good.
He lost Bowen on that move. He had Bowen backing up on his heels. A lot of space for that jump shot.
It's a 9-point Spurs advantage. Last touch by the Lakers.
It's time for them to let things cool down a little bit, sit down together, talk it over to understand who's instigating this entire thing, who's drawing this up, where's this coming from. If there's any truth in the possibility of trading him, let him know.
Wait a second, are you blaming the media for this?
Jeff is.
I heard him. I am saying that they cannot allow it to happen. You can't. It's their job to try to bring more out of this than is really there. They just have a tough playoff elimination after going to the finals. You can't allow anyone to divide your team. Discuss it in-house.
That's their fault.
Absolutely.
And here's Shaq, and that's number 5 on Shaquille O'Neal. So much more to discuss about Allen Iverson, but we do have game 2 here of this best of 7.
To the right side of the jaw, that's where Bryant catches Shaq's elbow on the turn there. And he goes down for the count.
Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal have accounted for 27 of the last 31 Laker points. 85-76 San Antonio. Duncan lost the handle. San Antonio has led by as many as 21. The Lakers made that big run to cut it within 4. Once again, they're on their feet here at Staples, urging the Lakers on. Bryant has 4 fouls. O'Neal has 5. Kobe has the hot hand. So Bryant with 26, and the Lakers are within 7.
And we may see Phil Jackson stay away from throwing the ball to Shaq because he has the 5 fouls, and he's worried about picking up the 6th at the offensive end of the floor. You may see it in Kobe's hands most times.
Tony Parker wide open for 3.
That's what Tim Duncan's got to do. Double team, throw it out without hesitation.
Here's Bryant. Duncan on the rebound, and for Tim Duncan, it's number 17. We're approaching 4 minutes remaining on the 4th. Marv Albert, Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Fratello, D lineup from Staples in LA. Spurs trying to tie the series at 1. Lakers looking to go 2 up. Here's Parker. So the Lakers back to the offense. Bryant using the pick. Bryant stopped by Bowen. And last touch, the officials conferring. And they say jump ball. They were unsure about the call. And they'll jump it up.
We get a quick look to see who this ball actually goes off to. I know it looked to me like it was off of Black right there on Duncan swatting it, and instead we'll get a jump ball.
And they'll jump it up.
We get a quick look to see who this ball actually goes off to. I know it looked to me like it was off of Black right there on Duncan swatting it, and instead we'll get a jump ball.
Hear the reaction from the crowd. And that turns out to be a very big call as San Antonio gets to it. .325 remaining on the 4th. Bowen, who was not effective shooting on the run. Spurs without a field goal the last 4 minutes. Shaq, yes. The Lakers are within 5.
Tony Parker in the backcourt. He'll put pressure on it. He'll try and force the turnover. Try and get the youngster rattled down the stretch here in the last 3 minutes.
They're going to double Duncan. There can be no hesitation to shoot the ball if you're open.
Parker gets it out to Daniels. He's had the hot hand. Shot clock to 7. Here is the double. Duncan way off. Rose able to wrestle that rebound free, and they get the new shot clock. 2:35 remaining in the 4th. 5 points. San Antonio lead. Bad pass, and Fisher able to pick it off.
You cannot appreciate, unless you're on the floor, how tough it is right now to get a shot off in this game. You have to be able to create a shot and take the physical contact to play out here to get a basket.
O'Neal. Shaq going glass. The Lakers are within 3.
And Duncan has to do a better job out of the double teams. He's got 7 turnovers in the game. He's got to be ready to pass the ball on target to his teammates, and his teammates have to be ready to shoot.
Here's the double. Daniels for 3. Rebounded by Rose once again. Malik Rose with the offensive board.
Jeff, I want to go down the other end quickly when LA's back on offense. If the ball goes into Shaq, do you take a shot and foul him right now, put him on the foul line?
Without a doubt.
Shot clock down to 8. And Duncan's pass off the mark. Fisher on the run. Rejected and fouled. Lakers wanted a goaltend. They will not get that.
That's a shame from San Antonio's standpoint, because they had the layup. It was a good look. It was a nice pass on the dive to Rose, but the ball went through his hands on the other end. Duncan was there to protect his back. That contact by Parker that time, he saw him to the official wondering, where did it come from? I put my hands up straight. The last game was about between these two teams, right, Mark? Coming down to a similar situation?
Same scenario with 1:20 remaining in the fourth. Duncan gets it inside, and Rose lays it
That's
home.
the same play that they just missed the last time down the floor when the ball went through Rose's hand.
10 remaining in the fourth. San Antonio with a 3-point lead. O'Neal over Duncan. This time not able to hit.
Rose has been a monster on the board. Huge rebounding game.
That's number 10 for Malik Rose, including some key offensive boards just a moment ago.
They changed the defense. Shaq did not come that time when Rose made the pass and went through.
Duncan is tied up. Magnificent defensive play by Shaquille O'Neal.
And Duncan's asking why. The ball was out of my hands. I wasn't on the ground before I let it go. That pass should have counted, he felt.
But if they get the tip, it's a huge break. It goes from 3 seconds on the shot clock to 14.
Duncan and O'Neal. Danny Crawford with the toss. Controlled by the Lakers. Lakers down by 3. Coming up on 30 seconds remaining in the fourth. Here's Kobe to tie it. Rebounded by Fisher, and a foul. It's on Parker. San Antonio over the foul limit.
Is going to let him play it out. Number 1 field goal defense in the league, and San Antonio's primary scorer is Duncan. Harder to get a post-up player a shot right now than a perimeter player.
Malik Rose getting it inbounds to Tony Parker, facing pressure from Derek Fisher. Remember the 8-second count? Well, he just did get it over that midcourt line. We'll have that 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Down to 5. Shaq taking it away from Duncan. Here comes Bryant. Final seconds. Lakers down by 2. Kobe taps it to Fisher, and he's called for a traveling violation. He got caught. So the ball back to San Antonio with 1 3/10 seconds remaining.
I thought a good decision by LA not to take the timeout. They had a transition opportunity. Their best open court player with the ball on the right wing. He just did not make a good play, but a good strategy.
Spurs led by Tim Duncan and Malik Rose, who had 9 points, 11 rebounds. Good shooting performance by Antonio Daniels with 14. Kobe Bryant turned it in the second half, finished with 26. Shaq in foul trouble throughout the game, had 19 points.